Well, good morning, everyone. Today is the 31st of March, 2025. This is John Cole, artist, here at the Lost Dutchman State Park, right outside of Apache Junction, Arizona. Ahead of me stands at least the face of Superstition Mountains here at the park. I'm going to be hiking today the Siphon Draw trail, past Siphon Draw up to Flatiron. Now, I've taken this hike before. Last year I did. It took about 3 hours. Very exhausting, very grueling hike. It's not an easy hike by any stretch, but it's one that I find extremely fulfilling. So I'm going to be doing that today, and hopefully you'll join me, and hopefully we'll make it to the top. If you notice, today is an overcast day, which is really probably better for hiking than a sunny day. So although the video quality might not be as good, for me being here actually doing it, it's definitely better. Next 2 days there's a little bit of rain in the forecast, which would make it really bad for hiking, especially up a steep incline like that. So yeah, let's get going. Let's check out this hike, shall we? All right. Oh yeah, by the way, it's 5:30 in the morning. I don't know if I mentioned the time or not. I was up at 4:30. Obviously it's not quite sunrise yet, but I slept really, really well. There was a party in a camp next door, obviously somebody's birthday party. There was a lot of happy birthday wishes. So if you happen to have been on the Lost Dutchman State Park on the 30th of May and it was your birthday, well, happy birthday. So soon I'll be hitting the Superstition Wilderness, and here's some things to keep in mind. If you happen to be with a pack animal, don't let it graze. Obviously no campfires, because see this? It's a tinderbox, and almost exactly a year ago there was a huge fire at the top of the Superstitions here. It was on the news and everything else, and if I can I'll show a little bit of a clip of it, but yeah, no fires at all, period. So I have water today. I've got about six of those 16 ounces. I've got some snacks to eat later on this morning, and I've got some Gatorade packs to mix with my water. Okay, made it up to the iconic Superstition Wilderness sign here at the Tonto National Forest. The unfortunate part is it looks like it was either vandalized or damaged. It's missing part of the wood up there, but this really is the boundary between the trails that are maintained, which head off that way, and of course the trails behind me here. It continues up. It's a lot rockier, and it's a lot more difficult, but we're gonna go up a bit. Hopefully we can make it to the top of Flatiron. I don't really know if you can understand the scale of some of these canyons in the mountains without actually being here. Looking in pictures and things, that's one thing, but seeing them in person is so different. It really brings a perspective on yourself and how you fit into the grand scheme. That's where I'm headed, that little alcove there. That's the draw area. Alright, got some boulder climbing to do here. Since I'm missing a hand. So this is Siphon Draw. It really is the stopping point of most hikes. This really is a good place to take a break because the surface here is kind of smooth. The rest of it's all uphill, and the rest of the return trip is all downhill. But I think it's a good time to go ahead and swap out for water, since I'm out on this bottle here. You really do need to drink a lot of water when you're out doing this. Alright, so this next part's going to be very tough, I'm not going to lie. It's a very difficult descent through here, and the rest of the way up is going to be challenging. So let's get moving. Okay, so the reality is I'm about halfway there. That's my destination. I'm past Siphon Draw. I want to give you an idea of what it looks like where I'm at. Yep, so far the sun doesn't come out. It's been overcast. It's exactly the way I hoped, because if the sun was up right now, it would be shining like directly on me, and that would not be a good thing. So it's really better to... well, it's nice to have a lot of things, but I tell you, when you start to have to carry a lot of things, after a while it's like becomes quite annoying. You know what I mean? I hate to do this on my knee, but I am. It becomes quite annoying after a while. But here's where we are. We're heading up to that, and we're about halfway there. Just love hiking. Hope you guys enjoy watching these videos, because it takes a real effort to make them. And lug all this equipment and make sure you capture the right sights and the right sounds, and hope you get a decent view. Bit of an idea of what it's like to hike towards the tail end of this. So I'm almost to the top. Well over 2 hours in. But it's all rock going all the way up. Oh, I got somebody coming through. Back up, let them pass. Wish I could do that. Anyway, it's all rock. Give you an idea of what it looks like. It's 8 o'clock now in the morning. I left at 5:30 2.5 hours. I made it to the top. Show you where I hiked up from. All the way down there. All right, so to be honest, the descent from Flatiron is probably worse than the climb. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but let me just show you what I have to do here. So you'll see, if I turn the camera around here, this trail runs along through those rocks, and there's that little white patch there. That's where I've got to come down, and that is a very, very difficult drop. It's only about 20 feet, but it's still incredibly difficult. So the Superstition Mountains are definitely difficult terrain, and it certainly is noticeable when there are accidents up here. In November of 2011, an aircraft hit near the peak and killed a family along with the pilot. And this memorial sits up here now to just say we remember. Coming down is always the hard part. So it's this drop up here, it's the tough part, right there. Up above you, just so you know. Oh.
Branch is still here.
Well, I made it to the first hurdle here, coming back down, and that is the saddleback coming up here. And then once we get beyond that, it's basically slopes down into Siphon Draw, and then from the draw it's just a lot of walking downhill, which after well, this hiking is not going to feel that great. But what a beautiful area. Just look at this, spectacular. And I think we were way up there, all the way on the tip there. So that's where I head down. Siphon Draw is right below me. Of course, the valley, so I'm going to have to go down this steep hill, and then after that it's pretty much free sailing. It's just getting there, that's the hard part. I had to come down this hill here, which was a bit of a chore, but a piece of cake, right? So let's go ahead and head on down. And with that, I'll be heading back to camp, grabbing myself something cold to drink out of the world famous Lost Dutchman State Park water fountain, and just relaxing for a while. And you know, probably take another hike today. It's only early. It's still early. It's only 10:30. All right. So thank you, everyone. Happy trails, and see you soon.